Take off my jacket, read some comments. How's the audio? Not bad. Maybe I can move a little bit closer, eh? So I can move things a little bit closer. So hopefully we get a nice little crew, 10, 15 people or something. Commenter Alex, first person in as usual. You're always the first one in here. You like this platform, eh? You're on this platform a lot, I notice. You're on YouTube a lot. Suri says, what's up, gang? Are you guys watching my videos or what? Boosting up the time on my videos, helping me out. I hope so. From my crew. You guys are my crew. You guys are my people. Without you guys, I would be YouTubeless. I would be YouTubeless. No, but I just thought I'd go live there out for a little walk, and I was gonna like eat some chicken, take a shower, and call it a night. But I said to myself, well, maybe I'll talk to you guys first before I go, type thing. Hey, Batty, what's up? What's up, crew? The earlier live stream I did today with the blue eyes and the sun on my face and everything, that was a nice little live stream, eh? That was pretty cool. I think a lot of people liked it. It was a fun live stream. 709 says sounds like a plan. Oh, yeah. At this point, I'm thinking about going to a library just to turn on the computer and watch videos of myself to get the time up. Oh, jeez. Not that time is everything, but, whatever. Am I that big of a cheater? Yes, I am. No. No, I was watching a video earlier today of old abandoned houses. Abandoned towns in Canada. I did not realize there was so many. There's a town in Canada that is abandoned because it produced asbestos. There's a town in Canada that got abandoned because it mined uranium or whatever and has like radon everywhere or whatever. Brett says they've been drinking. What's up, Brett? Welcome to the stream. Brett Palmer, like that guy Palmer Lucky. Palmer, the war dude. When I was watching videos about like abandoned towns, and I did not realize there's 300 abandoned towns in Newfoundland. It was pretty crazy. Can you believe that? That's what they said. I don't know if I really believe it, but it's just what they said in the video. I can tell today's going to be a pretty tight stream there tonight. I'm not going to meet too much new people. But that's what happens too. Like I posted a video like an hour or two ago. You lived in the town, had to move. Oh, yeah. Well, these towns were abandoned in like the 70s and the 50s and even like the 20s, actually. There's actually an abandoned town in Vancouver because it rains like 5 meters of rain a year. And I guess 200 Dutch people moved to Canada to start a town in that area. But since it rained so much, it pretty much washed away anything they tried to build. I was like, whoa, when I heard about that. Because there's abandoned towns you can visit. You know what I mean? It's still to this day. They're hard to get to because they're in the woods and the roads got shut down and stuff like that. But, yeah, I posted a video, you guys, like 2 hours ago, so I don't think I'm going to get much viewers here on the vertical stream, unfortunately. That happens. If you post a video and then you go live, it's not going to work. They won't let you do it. It's like either one or the other. Star says, I look like Tim Pool from an alternate dimension. Da, 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 da. Do I look like Tim Pool now? No, I just went for a little walk, and it was minus 27 outside. Minus 27 outside, freezing cold. Effie says, hey, what's up, F? What's up, Patterson? Yeah, welcome to the stream there. I was just saying earlier how I went live earlier today, had a great stream. My eyes were looking nice and blue. I still look like Tim Pool. Where he had his beanie off? Really? I never seen that video. Thought it was all speculation. Steve, oh yeah, I get lots of compliments, man. I'm used to it. Yeah. Welcome, gal. Yeah, first time viewers. It's nice. Nice little bump. No, I'm just chilling. Honestly. Getting ready to eat some chicken, hit the shower. Just want to talk to you guys, see how you guys are doing. What's up with you guys? What's new in your lives? Aura, no, I don't know what that is. Like, how you guys doing? What's up? What's going on in your guys' lives? Come on. Comment me what's up in your lives. Star says the kid, Matan. Oh, yeah, it was insane when you saw it. Okay. Someone named Matan. All right, well, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I know it is pretty weird on his part that he wears a beanie all the time, eh? I mean, once in a while is okay, but not all the time. It's not, you know, it's kind of weird actually that he does that too, yeah. Gowski says, my name is Yun. What's up, Yun? How's it going, dude? Green says, I'm scared to say it, ... And We Are Live says, dude. Yeah, well, obviously I'm not going to read every comment if it's like people trying to get me to say stupid stuff or whatever. Star says they still got long hair, but you wear beanies on occasion and your hair lines slowly a little bit. I wonder if it's the pressure from the beanie. It's probably more so just pressure in your life overall in general. I'm just kidding. No, but my brother is the same thing as you, Star. He's got long hair too, and he's dealing with that. But I don't really know what the solution is. Just keep being yourself. Just keep chilling. But know this, Star fella. Once you start shaving your head, it's pretty well cooked. I'm just kidding. You should say, if I shave the sides, it'll start growing again on the top. But no, I did not realize how much the hair on the sides grows so fast compared to the hair on top. It's crazy. What up, Cardboard? Yes, Suri does think it's the beanie. Really? Cyber says grow some hair. I'll get right on that, bro. I will get right on that. No, it's fine. I mean, it's shorts on the vertical is a very visual thing, so you're looking at people as you're scrolling, and yeah. Sorry, I'm not a goddess, or what would a fancy name for a godly handsome fella be? I don't know. I'm not that, but sorry, I'm not that, you guys. Sorry, I'm not handsome enough for you. But you should see when I shave my hair and when I shave my beard, I get a lot of, oh, you look like a gigantic thumb comments. They'll say I look like a thumb if I shave everything. So I keep some hair. Cyber says hair is your responsibility. I'm failing in my duties, in my hair growing duties. Adonis CB, welcome, dude. While your hair is growing, I think it would suit one of those wool hats. I got a hat right here. I was just wearing my hat earlier. I went for a little walk earlier, and it was like minus 27 outside. Okay, see you later, Yasuri. Have a good night. Yeah, it's a late night chill stream, guys. A simple guy. Thank you, bro. Thanks for the compliments. I like doing live streams, hanging out, reading comments with you guys, you know. Late night live stream. I play this game, Chivalry, and all my characters have balding hairstyles for some reason. I never heard of that game, Chivalry. I think it looks more realistic, medieval style, yeah. Yeah, monk style, shave the top. Nah. Never do the monk style. Lucky boy with the strange comments. Cream says happy just as you are. Yeah, well, just think about it, guys. I was thinking, oh, maybe I should not do a live stream and just, you know, watch TV or whatever, but I like talking to you guys. I like hanging out with you guys, engaging with you guys. Talk about whatever you guys want, you know, what's going on in your lives, chat. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I was just watching videos of abandoned towns. What were you guys doing? Hey, can you give my friend a shout out? It means a lot to him. Come on, Core. What a bot thing to say. Chivalry in this economy. Oh, yeah, chivalry. Is that the one where you, like, stab each other or whatever and you're, like, in an arena? User, what's up, user? Corolla boy, I saw you do this in another stream. Exactly. I'm so sad they won't update it anymore. Oh, really? That sucks. The developers stopped making updates for a game, yeah. I wish they would make like a Baldur's Gate 4 pretty soon. Like a new Baldur's Gate 4. Because Baldur's Gate 3 was really fun to watch. I like watching that. And I watch the Divinity games. They're coming up with a new Divinity game pretty soon. Cream says that's awesome. Don't let anyone put you off. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, for every 10 cool people you meet, there's always one kind of bad actor. Cyber Warrior APL. I scraped my knee. That's a good question. I think you should use like a sterilization thing or whatever to burn off any like rocks or something that you scraped your knee on. Have I tried Diablo 2? Remastered? I think I did back like a couple years after it came out a long time ago. I never played Diablo 2, but I realized how good that game is. Yeah, super good game. Yeah, I remember playing it. I also like playing Yuri's Revenge back then. And Command and Conquer, the Command and Conquer series. It was like right before the Civilization games. Zomp says, can you shout out my friend Mike? Yeah, I bet he's bored. He's bored, eh? It's his birthday. Just play the original Diablo. Yeah, well, even the cutscenes in Diablo were really good. Knee gaze would be good. Yeah, sure. If you got some gauze like this, gauze bandages, wrap it around a knee, sure. But you would want to like clean the wound, make sure it's dry, and then put some gauze after if it's a bad one, right? See, I got this one at Dollarama. But if it's a small one, just a Band-Aid. I got a cut on my knee, too. I hit my knee on my scooter yesterday. Shroud, what's up? Oh, you're going to Canada. BC for skiing, right on. A lot of probably more artificial snow in BC than real snow. Spider-Man says, poof. My buddy Nick doesn't like it. I'm sure. You buy the original Diablo 2 for 10 cents and the remastered for $30. Yeah, so the remastered is what? Like enhanced graphics, enhanced weapons. Yeah, well, that's the thing about remastered games. But I mean, look at Oblivion. Oblivion got remastered and people freaked out for it. Or was it? Yeah, it was Oblivion. But I remember playing Oblivion back in the day. And I think I like the Elder Scrolls Oblivion even more than Skyrim, believe it or not. You know, such a shame what happened to that company. How come it took them they never made a new Skyrim in almost 20 years? Like they failed. They just failed. They do have an online Skyrim and stuff, but it's not the same. Shroud says, yeah, they got no snow over there. Well, good luck, man. You'll be skiing in the mud. I haven't gone skiing in years. Definitely better graphics. You can switch them in game. Okay, you go back and forth. You can switch it back and forth to see. The developers are like, see, guys, we worked. We cooked. We actually did it. You can check by clicking this button. Oh, Cherry talking about their dog. Man, that's like the third dill joke I heard in like 15 minutes. I've been doing this live stream for 15 minutes, and so far we tried to get 4 people to get me to say the dill joke. Smoothie says, have I ever been to the US? I've been to Maine, and I've been to Boston. What about you, man? I guess you live in the States probably, eh? Like skiing in the Northeast USA, where it's just ice. Interesting. I just heard a crack outside. Hopefully it's not a window cracking or something. Star says, regardless, I'm not some Diablo purist. No, it's fine. Yeah. It's just a classic, I don't know what you would, turn-based kind of. It's fun being in the desert with the green insects there, the poisonous ones and the insects. Regardless, I'm not some Diablo purist, just a casual consumer. Yeah, sure. Warhammer also, okay. Diehard Total War fan. Okay, I'm not really familiar with Total War. Total War sounds kind of old, right? Was that old computer games? Oblivion was definitely better than Skyrim. Cyber. Yeah, see, Cyber. There we go. Cyber coming around. You could create your own spells. Yeah, I remember that. I would always get up my alchemy 100% right away. Create your own magic stuff. Yeah, repair armor. Try and make a lot of money. Yeah, I would bring up my alchemy, sell expensive potions, charm people, and then get more gold that way. But once you got like 30 grand of gold, I guess, in Oblivion, that's probably more than enough to do everything you want. But I really enjoyed soaking it in. All the campaigns there, the warrior, the mage, the this, that. So good. But they should have pumped out games like that like every 2-3 years. Better side quests too, deep side quests. Yeah, I remember you had to jump into a painting and fight a troll or something. Shroud says, no, it's me. Oh, yeah, your window. Huh. Stop feeding company who do lazy remasters. Well, it's not that, Cyber. What it is instead of like creating a brand new game, they recycle the old game and make a little bit more money again. Yeah, so it's more of a management decision. But yeah, I guess I hear what you're saying, but people are going to buy it for the familiarity aspect, and it gives the employees a job. But yeah, I have to agree with you that they need to push out new games faster, like back when it was the Xbox and the GameCube and the PlayStation 1 and 2, and then they were pushing with the Xbox 360, and those were the days where small independent companies really had to compete to push out good games, you know? Now the market's really saturated with just RPGs and shooters, eh? And they try to go too big with the worlds and with this whole treasure system of trying to get more money, of changing the clothing and stuff. They really screwed it up. They should have just really pumped out more games. That's all they had to do, was just pump out more games. You know, Voodoo Vince 1, Voodoo Vince 2, Voodoo Vince 3, Command & Conquer Renegade, Command & Conquer Yuri's Revenge, you know. But they got Diablo 3, Diablo 4, whatever. And they got Doom 3, Doom 4, Halo, you know. But they even started slowing down on really Halo and Final Fantasy and stuff, I know. Total War, Rome. Total War was a historical Total War. Is best up until Golden Age. Okay, so it's really going back. Kind of a chore. Yeah. I remember games too that you would get like off of a cereal box. I remember playing cereal box games. Manny, what's up? We're talking about old school games. I remember playing this one like math game where you would be like in a jungle and a sewer and a this and a that. It was kind of interesting. It was like cereal box math games or Adventure Quest games, Kingdom games that was like already come pre-downloaded on a computer. Just an airbrush and facelift, exactly, Stroud. That's usually what they would do, a facelift from today's graphics. Every company with exception. But then like the people's like kids can play, you know what I mean? Like if you had a kid in 2008, they could play Oblivion remastered in 2025 or whatever, right? So Remasters because they're creatively bankrupt. Yeah, well, it takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of creativity. Yeah, you're right about that. Kingdom Come Deliverance, that was a good one. Baldur's Gate 3, 2 games in the last games. Yeah. Yeah. Remember the certain games there. You remind me, ring a bell. There's so many great games. I remember playing 2 on the PS1, PS2, Lost Odyssey, Ark the Lad, and these weird like Chinese, Japanese games where you had like little monsters, or like Castlevania, where you could like upgrade your monsters and stuff, and Devil May Cry and all that. But that's all kind of overshrouded by games like Shadow of the Colossus and just other popular PlayStation games that sort of took over the popularity and kind of buried some of the other like older golden games, if that makes sense. We also need more flat screen games you can play in VR. Yeah, the best VR game is like that Batman one, eh? That's a pretty long time ago. VR shooters are so much better to play. Yeah, I mean, but look at the guy, Lucky Palmer. He created the Oculus, sold it, and then he started like a war company or whatever. And the Oculus was a good idea, but it just never kept getting pushed, or people didn't know like what apps to put, what software to put in these VR games and stuff. And then Steam was also gaining popularity. So people already had good computers with good GPUs and stuff like that. So why would you give up Steam and a good computer and online shooter games like Call of Duty to just plug it into an Oculus? And sure, you'd have fun, but it would be less. You wouldn't be able to compete as good as the other players. So VR took a seat back, and then Facebook tried to do like Meta glasses and Meta AI and the whole visual thing, and they screwed that up. And we really screwed up the whole visual thing. Maybe if that guy who started Apple or whatever, Steve Jobs, maybe if Steve Jobs never passed away, and maybe if Steve Jobs was still alive today, there would be more like visual related stuff, because he really came up with, the phone and, the iPod Shuffle and all this other kind of stuff or whatever. But he had good vision, good creativity and stuff. He probably would have maybe moved on from cell phones to glasses and stuff like that. But unfortunately, he passed away. He even got kicked out of his own company for a while and tried to do studio, and Apple bought studio off him. And, you guys already know the history. Star says new Resident Evil is pretty good. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. It's really damn scary, man. I've played all the recent Resident Evils. It's the only one that have to take breaks. Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, the monsters are so huge, eh? I guess one of the monsters, though, her weakness is like light. Yasuri says they're back. Yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream pretty soon. Yeah, so that's what happened with video games, really. And then when Fortnite came out, people realized that, if we get a new map every 2 or 3 months with new skins that people can buy, and kind of have this hierarchy challenge of racing your way to the top with points and friends and leagues and all that kind of stuff, and treasures and all these paying for surprises and all that stuff, that really screwed up the kind of game industry, I think, to what it is now. We're even lucky in this day and age that we're getting games like Resident Evil pop off. The new Divinity game coming out might be like the last Divinity, might be like the last RPG or something like that, for all we know. It's dropping this fall or next year or whatever. Monster Hunter, Dragon's Dogma. I like Dragon's Dogma, yeah. Street Fighter, Capcom, yeah. Capcom was good, yeah. Although I never really liked Mega Man and some of the other ones. Onimusha back. Also a nice slasher game. Okay. They clean, they cook, they do what they always do. Almost like the... Okay, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, and I recently started watching shows about people playing Banjo-Kazooie 2. Banjo-Kazooie 2. for the Nintendo 64. There's a game that's creative, you know, with the witch, and you already beat her in the first one, right? But the second one, the first one kind of seems like almost infantile Banjo-Kazooie. It's very basic, very easy, kind of like easily made. There's one kind of complicated part after you leave like Grunda's mansion or whatever. You have to go behind a cemetery and break a box or something like that. That screws up a lot of people. But and I remember having difficulty with that as a kid too. I was like 8 years old or younger when I had to figure that out. But yeah, and Banjo-Kazooie 2 was a really good game. I liked it anyway. Remaster of Okami for the PS2. Okay, is there? Yeah. Huh. Teach-U Z. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that game at all. Teach-U Z. Yeah, must have missed that one. Husa says, hey. Do I ever barbecue? No. Not with the charcoal. They say it's better. They say it's better than propane, eh? Teach-U Z was goated, says Arthur. Really? I don't know. I must have missed that one. I got my phone right here, though. I could look that up real quick. Maybe I did see it and I'm just not ringing a bell. My phone is telling me, David, it's minus 27 outside. Great. TNC HUZ. Okay, I think I might have seen it before just in passing, but yeah, I never played it. Look at a stealth game, eh? Remember I used to play a stealth game where you play that raccoon or whatever? Wow, eh? That looks cool. Looks cool to me. I remember Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. I like that too, the Oddworld games. But unfortunately, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, they never got enough like funding or whatever. So I think Oddworld kind of went under, unfortunately. Which is too bad because I really liked those little small creatures. That was like a weapon that you would shoot from your crossbow. It had a good storyline too with the with those special people or whatever that were being hunted and stuff. Yeah. So there's one person in here. I've been live for 27 minutes. As it's time for me to header, wrap it up. You know, I'm going to do a little call to action, calling on you guys to hit the subscribe. Maybe watch one or two of my long form videos just to help me out, just for the sake of helping me out. You know, and then watch TV, watch YouTube, watch something else. Oh, geez, I see there's 0 people in here now, though, eh? So much for that. All right, you guys. See you later. Peace.